Milk boy.
Are you a camera hog? You can just have the camera, Milk boy. You can have it all.
Okay. Hey, this is William and Mom, also known as Michelle by everybody else, from Perma Pastures Farm, and today we're joined with Milk Boy and Chloe, who want to get in on this carrot harvest. So here's the raised bed, and today we're going to be harvesting carrots out of it. What kind of carrots do we have in here, Mom?
I planted these carrots. One variety is a rainbow blend of carrots. The other variety, I don't remember what it was. It was just some seeds I needed to use up. So we got them planted and they're past ready to harvest. They could have been harvested probably a while ago, but they store, I think they store in the ground okay, so there was really no rush to harvest them. So
now I know a lot of people recommend that you have to have super sandy soil for carrots to do well, but I just pulled one up and it seems to be doing all right. And there isn't really any sand in our soil at all. These are basically filled with just straight compost, I think, right?
Yep, these beds have been filled with compost that we've produced from the chicken tractor on steroids. So
we might get some funny shaped carrots. They might not be perfectly straight, but they seem to be growing all right. All right, you ready?
Ready.
Notice there's root hairs on there, Mom? Yeah.
Kind of like a white and orange.
Here you go, Danny. There's some root hairs for you. These are real. We didn't just buy them at the store.
Just stick them in the ground.
Where'd this basket come from, Mom?
My mom, your grandma.
Will she bring it down?
Yes, thank you very much for putting it to good use.
How many carrots are you going to give the dogs? Wrong answer.
Look.
Mom?
Yeah.
He's going to take the most direct route, Mom. All right, Mom, so are these all the carrots?
Yep, we got all the carrots harvested with the help of Milk Boy.
Is this a pretty good harvest? How do they turn out overall?
Yeah, they turned out, I think they turned out better than last year. We switched the beds to one that was more sunny. It got more sun because I think last year we planted them in a bed that just didn't get full 6 hours of sun. So they did a little better this year.
So did they do good even though we didn't have sandy soil?
Yes.
Okay. All right, everybody, this is going to be a short video, obviously. What else do you have in this bed? Just this bed alone?
This bed, there's just some spinach growing in here and a bunch of weeds. There's some horseradish down here I need to take out, and there's some here. a little bit there, and then some there. That was left over from when we had potatoes in this bed, so it just needs to be taken care of.
Which we found some potatoes in here.
Yeah.
Were those intentional, or were they just
No,
left over
they were
from
just,
before?
those potatoes were just left over from this summer.
All right, so what's in this bed, Mom?
So this bed we have some beets growing. Just there's Detroit beets, and then there's like a golden variety down at this end. There's
Are they about ready to harvest?
Yeah, we can like just take some out a little bit at a time as we eat it. We don't have to harvest them all at once. We can just take them as we need them. There's some oregano growing over there. There's a little bit of cabbage that was planted this fall. So that'll continue to grow through the winter. And then there's lettuce that we can just pick as we need to, as we want to eat it.
What about this next bed?
And then over in this bed, there's a little bit of garlic planted in here. There's also cress right here and some arugula growing. And I also have some perennial tree kale that I got that's planted along the outside. I got seeds from a YouTube channel called Plant Abundance, and it's perennial, so I planted it in here, and we'll see how it does.
Why is it called tree kale?
Because it gets pretty tall.
And you just keep harvesting leaves off of it?
Right. Yeah.
Does it go dormant at all?
I'm not sure if I don't think it does, because kale's like especially the lacinato kale, they'll just keep growing through the wintertime. And so I'm kind of thinking this is probably just going to keep growing.
Okay. What about these two beds over here?
There's some cabbage in this bed, and then there's nasturtiums that have died off. I just need to get the vines out of here. But there's cabbage growing over in this bed, and then a little bit of garlic.
And then this bed over here. What are you doing, Milk Boy? So this bed, Mom didn't want to show you, but
Dead peppers.
they're dead peppers. That's okay. Other people have dead plants too.
Just to get cleaned out.
Okay. And then, well, we can throw this stuff that we pull out into the chicken tractor on steroids in the composting system. And then some of these peppers that kind of went bad on us, we can give to the chickens, or they can get composted as well. So none of it, even if it does die on you, it's still not going to waste.
In this bed, we've got a little bit of cabbage growing, and there's some spinach and some parsley.
All right, what about this next one?
There's some more. There's Savoy cabbage here, and then there's Mizuna growing here.
So what percentage of this is actually meant for us, and what percentage is actually meant for the sheep?
Well, all of it is meant for us. It's just that some of it gets fed to the sheep sometimes.
You notice she avoided the actual percentages, because 100% of it is probably going to go to the sheep.
In this bed, there's a couple different kinds of collards. These are Georgia, and maybe these are mustard. I don't remember, but they're generally of the greens variety.
You could basically harvest all of them and cook them the same way.
Or feed them to the sheep.
See, people? All right, this is the last bed, right? What's in this?
Yeah, there's just more, there's some Portuguese kale back here, and there's mustards up here.
All right, Mom, so what's the next step for these carrots? Weren't you going to cook something with them
So
tonight?
the plan is for some of them to be used up for dinner tonight, and then I'll just use the rest of them like throughout the week, just for dinner.
What are you making for dinner tonight?
Turkey, I don't know if it's soup or stew, something like that.
Is it left over from Thanksgiving?
Yes. Yep.
Cool. And then the ones that you don't use tonight, you're going to use throughout the week? Where are you going to keep them all before you use them?
Probably just out in the garage where it's cool. And then I'll just use them up just throughout the week.
How could you preserve them if you had a really big harvest?
Well, yeah, you could can them or freeze them. We don't have that big that we can't. Like if I had so many, I would probably can them.
All right, so that's everything. This is the carrot harvest of 2021. Are we going to plant more carrots next year? Are we going to do more than one bed next year, or you want to keep it at one bed?
Probably, we don't need a ton of carrots, so we'll probably just keep it at one bed.
Cool. All right, well, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and tell your friends about us. This is William and Mom, and you guys call her Michelle, from Perma Pastures Farm, and we'll see you next time. What are you laughing about? It feels weird calling you Michelle.